Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are fit and fine and staying very well at your homes. So, children, let us start today's mathematics class of grade 10th. Children, through this video, I am going to discuss the solutions of revision test 2 of chapters 5, 7, 8 and 9 respectively. Okay, chapter number 5 is arithmetic progression, chapter number 7 is coordinate geometry, chapter number 8 and 9 is based on trigonometry and its application. Fine, children. So today I am going to show you as well as going to discuss the solutions of all the questions which are conducted in which were asked in the conduction of the revision test 2. So children, here is our first question. If the common difference of an AP is 5, then we have to evaluate A18 minus A13. Children, you know that first 5 questions of section A, they all were of 1 mark as well as they all are in the form of MCQs. So let us discuss the solution of question number 1. As common difference is 5 given, A18 can be written as A plus 17D. This is minus A13 can be written as A plus 12D. So when I simplified it, I got 5D. At place of D, I am writing 5. It will become 5 into 5, that is 25. So children, C is the right option. Now question number 2 says, we have to calculate the distance between the given points, that is 0, 5 and minus 5, 0. So let A and B be 2 points, that is 0, 5 and minus 5, 0. Let us consider them as x1, y1 and x2, y2. So as we have to calculate the distance between them, so it will be AB is equal to whole under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That is minus 5 minus 0 whole square plus 0 minus 5 whole square. Minus 5 square will be 25. Here also it will be 25. So this is root 50. That is 25 into 2 whole under root. 25 is a perfect square. So it will be 5 root 2. So children, B is the right option. Now let us switch to question number 3. If sine A is equal to half, we have to calculate the value of cot A. So here is the solution. You know that cot A is nothing but cos A upon sine A. So children, here I am going to apply identity, that is sine square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. So from there I have calculated the value of cos A, that is whole under root 1 minus sine square A. So let us insert this value over here. After simplifying, I have got root 3 by 2. Cot A is equal to cos A upon sin A. Cos A value I know, that is root 3 by 2. Sin A value I know, that is half. So let us take reciprocal. So answer will be root 3, that is option number A. Children, you can do it like this also. For example, here you are going to consider this is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So let perpendicular be x and then hypotenuse will be 2x. On the basis of it, you could calculate base, and you know that cot A is base upon perpendicular. Then you could apply the formula after getting the base, and definitely the answer will be root 3. That is A is the right option. Question number 4. Find the fourth term from the end of the given AP. As it is given that we have to calculate the fourth term from the end, so definitely we will have to write the given AP in the reverse order. So children, AP in reverse order is 49, dash dash dash, minus 5, minus 8, minus 11. Okay. So A will be 49, D will be minus 11 minus of minus 8, correct? Because succeeding minus preceding term we used to take for calculating common difference. So D is equal to minus 3, correct? We will have to calculate fourth term. So it will be A plus 3D let us substitute the value of A as well as D over here. So the answer will be 40, that is B is the right option. Now children, let us switch to the last MCQ. In the given figure, we have to calculate the value of angle C. Here you can see, children, see, as this angle C is angle of reference over here. So the side which is opposite of angle of reference, that is always known as perpendicular. So definitely this will be base and this will be hypotenuse, correct? So base is equal to BC is equal to 7 centimeter, hypotenuse is equal to AC is equal to 14 centimeter. We know that cos theta is equal to base over hypotenuse. So that is 7 upon 14, which will be equal to half. So you know children, when C means angle C is equal to 60 degree, then and only then we can say that cos C is equal to 1 by 2. So D is the right option. Now children, let us switch to 2 marker questions. Question number 6. If A, that is the very first term, is given, AN last term is given, and D common difference is also given in the AP series, we have to calculate N, means we have to calculate number of terms. So this is the solution number 6. Have a look. You will be having the last term given, that is AN, which is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. You know the formula. Insert the value of A, insert the value of D as well as the value of N term of AP. Bring this minus 18.9 on left hand side, it will become 22.5. And here this 2.5 is multiplying with N minus 1, so must be divided, correct? So here I am going to bring it on left hand side. Removing decimal, this 10 and 10 will be cancelled. So N minus 1 is equal to 9. Because 25 ones are and 25 nines are is 225. So what is the value of N? N is equal to 10. This is the right answer. Now let us switch to section C, 3 marker questions. Question number 7. If tangent A plus B is equal to root 3, tangent A minus B is equal to 1 upon root 3. Where 0 degree is less than A plus B is less than and equal to 90 degree and angle A is greater than B, find A and B. Children, these whatever expressions or inequalities are giving to us, after calculating the value of A and B, we can just verify them whether our answer is correct or wrong. Okay. So this is solution number 7. Tangent A plus B is equal to root 3. So children, you know that if tangent A plus B is root 3, it means what angle should I fit here so that it will give the result root 3. So it means it must be equal to 60 degree. So can I say that A plus B is equal to 60 degree? Of course. Similarly, tangent A minus B is equal to 1 upon root 3. Here if I am going to put 30 degree, so definitely tangent 30 degree is 1 upon root 3. Correct? So I can write that A minus B is equal to 30 degree. Now I have got two equations or I should say that a pair of linear equation in two variable, that is A and B. Add them. B and B will be eliminated. It will become twice of A is equal to 90. So A is equal to 45. Put this value of A in equation number 1 and get the value of B. So after putting it in equation number 1, I have got 45 degree plus B is equal to 60 degree. So B is equal to 60 degree minus 45 degree, that is 15 degree. So B is 15 degree and angle A is equal to 45 degree. So children, according to the given condition, it was given that A is greater than B. Yes, of course it is there. And their summation means A plus B, that will be equal to 60 degree. And that lies between 0 to 90 degree, of course, and it is less than 90 also. So means the given condition is also satisfied. It means our answer is correct. Let us switch to question number 8. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining A 1, minus 5 and B minus 4, 5 is divided by x-axis. Children, you know on x-axis y coordinate is 0, that is ordinate is 0. Also find the coordinate of the point of division. So let M divides the line segment joining the point A 1, -5 and B -4, 5 in the ratio that is K/1. Correct, children? So first of all, you know that here M is the point of division. So let us consider its coordinate as x, y. Now I am going to apply section formula to calculate the coordinate of this point of division. Okay. So definitely x will be equal to -4k plus 1 upon k plus 1 and y will be equal to 5k minus 5 upon k plus 1. Correct, children? So children, as you know that M means this point of division, it lies on x-axis, and you know that if x-axis is going to divide the line segment and that point lies on it, so it means the coordinate of point M must be x, 0. Why? Because I told you that on x-axis y will be equal to 0. And using section formula, I have just calculated the coordinate of point M. But as it lies on x-axis, so coordinate will be x, 0. Correct? So let us equate both the ordinates. Fine, because these both coordinates belong to the point M. Correct? So it will become 5k minus 5 upon k plus 1 is equal to 0. While cross multiplying, I have got the value of k, that is 1. So what was the ratio? It was k/1. So it would become 1/1. So children, what else I have to do? I have to calculate the value of the coordinates of point of division also. So I have to substitute the value of k in it. Here you know, if I am going to substitute value of k, that is 5 into 0 minus 5 upon 0 plus 1, it will become 0. That we already know basically. Why? Because we know that point M lies on the x-axis, so its ordinate is 0. Correct? So definitely to come to know about the complete coordinate, we have to put the value over here. So it would become 4 into 1 plus 1 upon 2, 5 into 1 minus 5 upon 2. How to? Because it is k plus 1. Correct? So here I am going to put the value. After putting the value, children, what is the answer? That is -3/2, 0. So abscissa is -3/2 and ordinate is 0. Now children, let us switch to section D. 4 markers. Question number 9. A straight highway leads to the foot of the tower. A man standing at the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degree, which is approaching the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degree. Means it has come closest to 90 now. Find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. So children, this is the diagram of the question. Here you can see that there are two depression angles are formed, 30 degree as well as 60 degree. Okay, as the car has covered some distance, ultimately as it is going to be reached at point C, so how much time it is going to be, it has taken 6 seconds to reach from point D to point C. And of course the angle of depression has also been changed from 30 degree to 60 degree. You can see from here. Okay. So let us have a look on its solution. In triangle ABC, right angle triangle I have to take. So AB upon BC, that is H upon X is equal to tangent 60. Tangent 60 you know, that is √3. So while cross multiplying, I have got H is equal to √3x. Let it consider as equation number 1. Now in bigger right angle triangle, that is ABD, it will become H upon X plus Y is equal to tangent 30, which is equal to 1 by √3. While cross multiplying, I have got √3h is equal to x plus y. Let it consider as equation number 2. Put the value of h from equation number 1 in equation 2. So after simplifying, I have got 3x is equal to x plus y 2x is equal to y. So x is equal to y by 2. Children, have a look in the diagram. When car moved and covered y distance, then it was going to take 6 seconds. We have to tell how much time is taken by the car to reach at the foot of the tower from this point C. Okay. So you know that x distance is half of y. When y distance is covered in 6 seconds, so definitely x distance will be covered in half time. That will be 3 seconds. So this is our answer. Now children, we are on question number 10th. Prove that whole under root 1 plus sin A upon 1 minus sin A is equal to secant A plus tangent A. So children, let us take LHS, whole under root 1 plus sin A upon 1 minus sin A. You can segregate under root also. So definitely what else can be done other than taking rationalization? So I am going to rationalize this expression. Here sign will be changed. It will become 1 plus sin A upon 1 plus sin A, whole under root. This is 1 plus sin A in under root. This is also 1 plus sin A in under root. So this is A plus B. This is also A plus B occurring twice. So let us take A plus B whole square and of course whole under root also. This is A minus B into A plus B. So it will become A square, that is 1 square, that will be equal to 1 only, minus B square, that is sin square, and again whole under root. Okay. If I am going to segregate this under root, so definitely this root will be cancelled with 2. So at numerator I have got 1 plus sin A. Here children, you know that there is identity number 1. Sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. So 1 minus sin square A, 1 minus sin square A is equal to cos square A. So here at place of this expression I am going to write cos square A, and there is under root also, whole under root. So it will be like this, cos square A and then whole under root will be cancelled of course. So I will be getting cos A. Correct? Now you have to give this denominator to both the terms written at the numerator. It will become 1 upon cos A plus sin upon cos A. You know 1 upon cos A is secant A plus sin upon cos A is tangent A. So which is equal to right hand side. So hence proved. Now children, this is last question of test. The sum of third and seventh term of an AP is 6. Their product is 8. We have to calculate the sum of first 16th term of an AP. So children, here is its solution. Let the first term be A and the common difference be D. According to question, sum of third term, that is A3, and A7 means seventh term is equal to 6. So you know A3 can be written as A plus 2D plus A plus 6D is equal to 6. It will become 2A plus 8D is equal to 6. Let us take 2 as common. So it will become A plus 4D is equal to 3. Consider it as equation number 1. Now the product of third and seventh term is given equal to 8. So again I have to write A plus 2D into A plus 6D is equal to 8. Children, I have to use this equation number 1. So what I am going to do, I am going to break A plus 2D. It will become A plus 4D minus 2D. Can I write it? Because after solving it, ultimately I will be getting A plus 2D only. Similarly, A plus 6D will be broken A plus 4D plus 2D. Why I am doing so? So that I can get the value of A plus 4D from here and calculate the other results, whatever are required. So the same thing is done, whatever is explained. So at place of A plus 4D I am writing 3. It will become 3 minus 2D into 3 plus 2D is equal to 8. A minus B into A plus B, that is A square means 9 minus 2D whole square, that is 4D square is equal to 8. Minus 4D square is equal to 8 minus 9, that is minus 1. So D square is equal to 1 by 4. So children, it is going to become a quadratic equation in the variable D. So D will be plus minus 1 by 2. Correct? Now take the first value of D, that is 1 by 2, and then we will be taking another value of d, that is minus 1 by 2, to calculate two different values of a while putting it in equation number 1. That was a plus 4d. At place of d I have put half is equal to 3. So the value of a is 1. Correct? Now I know a is 1, d is half. So let us calculate the sum of first 16 terms of AP. The formula is Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So put the value of a as well as the value of d, which is half, and S16 I have to calculate. At place of n I am putting 16. Correct? So after simplifying this complete expression, I have got S16 is equal to 76. Correct? Now I am going to take d is equal to minus 1 by 2. So when I put it in equation number 1, I got a is equal to 5. Now again I am getting the value of S16, that is 16 by 2 into a. A is 5 plus n minus 1, that is 16 minus 1 is 15, into d. Common difference I am taking now minus half. So this is S16 is equal to 8. 2 ones are 2, 2 8s are 16. In bracket 10 minus 15 by 2. Correct? Taking 2 as LCM, it will be 20 minus 15, that is 5 by 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 4s are 8, so 4 5s are 20. So we have got two different sums of first 16 term of AP. Clear, children? So children, that's it for the day. I hope after watching this solution video of your test lecture, you may have understood and your all the doubts will have been resolved. Fine, children, suppose if you have committed any mistake, so you have to do the correction work of your test. Fine. So that's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.